Welcome back, neighbor. This is thy neighbor here with another episode uh, about translations and why I'm going to use a modern translation in my coming episodes. Okay, and I gotta go fast because I tried to shoot one video, it was like 10 minutes. Not gonna do that again. Okay, so the goal here is not to destroy the KJV. It is actually to build it up, okay? So, here's I'm gonna go as fast as I can. All right, so I've got a few reasons here. Okay, so why do we want to use a modern translation? Why can we trust it? Okay, nuance. That's number one. So translations have different ways to translate. There's word for word. There's thought for thought. There's a mix. Using different translations is going to give us a bigger picture and help us come to the meaning that was meant in the text. Okay, that's one. Two, linguistics. Today we have a lot more scholarship on languages, and we just have way more manuscripts than they had when they translated the King James in 1611. They only used about 12 New Testament manuscripts and one Hebrew manuscript for the Old Testament. And now we have like almost 6,000 for the New Testament alone. And then we have the Dead Sea Scrolls, which pushed the Old Testament manuscripts back 1,000 years. And so the reliability is just exploded exponentially. So not only that, we have extra biblical scholarship as well, so we can know what words meant at those times. All right, number three. I'm calling it bias balance, because now we have less chance of bias. Of course, everybody has bias, but if we have scholars from different countries, different denominations, Roman Catholic, Protestant, maybe there's even LDS scholars in there, I don't know. The more you have, the less bias you have. You can't sneak it in, right? So there's that, and it's peer reviewed, right? So it's another thing, which doesn't guarantee it, but it's a lot of different things. Okay, 4, transparency. In modern translations, if there's a part in the text that is, has some differences in different manuscripts here and there, or, there's something off or whatever, they're going to put that in the translation. There's going to be a footnote that says, hey, this is going on, be aware. They're not trying to hide anything from you. It just lets you see the evidence and see if for yourself. 5, fifth reason, modern English. King James Version, especially the 1611, did not have English that we know today. You couldn't, it's like German. So today, it's in modern English, it's the English that we know, so we can better understand it. It's a big thing, and a lot of language just changes. A lot of the words that people used 100 years ago don't mean the same thing that they do today. So you would have to translate the words first and then come to an understanding. It's like an extra part that you don't need. Okay, so the last reason is just practical. Like if there's more translations, that you're gonna like push yourself to seek out the truth more, to look at the different translations, compare and contrast. Maybe look at Greek, Hebrew, this and that. And I'll close with this to keep it under 5 minutes. It's important to note that the Book of Mormon does not have any of these things. So consider this. On the one hand, is it fair to reject a translation, a modern translation, that is backed up with multitudes of physical text, to scrutinize it, and yet, on the other hand, it's fully acceptable to accept the translation that has no physical text to compare it with on faith? It's debatable, isn't it? Just think about that, as in the next episode, I'll be reading the text of the Bible in a modern translation, but I'll just be asking questions. So you'll be able to compare with the KJV, and I do encourage you to look at other translations as well, and see, what's the passage saying? What's the truth here? And I will see you next time on the next episode of Thy Neighbor.